Hello, San Angelo, and welcome to Live Daily News Show. I'm James Bellini.
And I'm Tessa Koskovich.
In news today, the San Angelo Police warn about scammer activity.
San Angelo ISD has a couple of announcements.
And AAA has advice with kids going back to school.
Our interview is with Bartz and JD Orlando with Goodfellow Air Force Base to talk about becoming an honorary commander. So we'll get into that after these messages from Jim Bassett and Carpet Tech.
Find your perfect Nissan at Jim Bass Nissan. With our incredible selection, generous factory rebates, and attractive dealer discounts, you can enjoy affordable monthly payments that fit your budget. Don't miss out on our amazing offers, like the stunning 2025 Nissan Frontier for just $499 per month. You can only find deals this great at Jim Bass Nissan, corner of Houston Hart at Arden Road, or shop 24/7 at jimbassnissan.com.
My name is Cade Simmons. I'm the site manager here in San Angelo. What matters to our customers, I believe, is what we say is CT quality, CT experience, just making sure their needs are met, taking care of their home like it was ours. You just have to keep thinking of, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. So just making sure you're taking care of what needs to be taken care of, and just knowing that they can rely on us, I think, matters to them a lot.
And welcome back here at James Bellini here with J.R. Orlando and Jeremy Bartz. We're here to talk about the honorary commanders at Goodfellow Air Force Base. First off, guys, how are we doing?
We're doing great. How about you?
All right.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So what is it about honorary commanders at Goodfellow? We were kind of talking before that it was just someone in the community who doesn't really have affiliation with the military.
Right.
And
I'm gonna turn it over to JR to kind of give the introduction on the program, and then I'll kind of tell you what it means to me.
Okay.
If that's all right.
So the Honorary Commander Program is something that you find throughout the Air Force. The idea behind it is to find community members that are interested in learning more about the military, and then they become part of the program, and the base or the units or the squadrons, they then are able to kind of educate that person and show them the facility, the processes, the people, and the mission that the base does. And so here at Goodfellow, we do it in kind of a different way. We do it on a yearly basis, and so each year we bring on 17 honorary commanders, and then we walk them through all of the great things that the 17th Training Wing does at Goodfellow Air Force Base.
All right, does that kind of just help with like outreach and trying to get to the inner workings of all the communities?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So San Angelo and Goodfellow are intrinsically tied to kind of supporting the military. And so if you go back to the foundations of Goodfellow Air Force Base, it was because of a group of what we call civic leaders that went from San Angelo down to San Antonio, and they campaigned the War Department, the new pilot training base that they were kind of eyeing for West Texas, that should be right here at Goodfellow. And so right from the very beginning, Goodfellow has enjoyed just incredible support from the community. And so what the Honorary Commander Program is trying to do is keep that tradition going. And so by doing so, what we're doing is we're bringing in that next generation of civic leader. We're educating them on what the mission is, who the people are that do it, how we do it, so that they can see the processes, and perhaps they or their community or their organization can perhaps join us in some sort of partnership to make it even better for both sides, for the city, for the region, for the base. And then what the hope is that after they do the program, they want to stick around, they want to be involved. Yep. And so this is their first step to being one of those civic leaders in that long-standing tradition that we've had. And so far, it's fantastic. The first year, we had 23 honorary commanders. We've now had 2 subsequent classes of 17 honorary commanders. We're looking for 17 again this year. And what that's doing is that's putting this group of educated people out in the community where they can take our story as the 17th Training Wing and the great mission that we do, the outsized impact that we have on national security, and they're taking it back to their company, to their organization, to their community, to their, wherever they are involved. And they're able to tell that story for us. And they become kind of unofficial spokespeople for Goodfellow Air Force Base.
All right.
Yeah, well, that pretty much mirrors everything that I was interested in being a part of this. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, our entire group of honorary commanders this year with 17 people, we are all from a very diverse background and very diverse organizations, or companies, whatever you want to call it. We essentially came together to learn more about this. And some of us, like I said, I mean, I've been here 48 years, 49 now, nearly, and, I knew very little about the base. And so when you put all of us together and we all get to experience one piece of it all, individually at a time, you put all that together, Now we're all out there telling the same story, and it makes a big difference.
Well, Mr. Bartz, what made you want to become an honorary commander?
You know, again, kind of like what JR was talking about as far as civic responsibility. You know, again, I've been here my entire life. So my
You didn't have
grandparents.
to age yourself, by the
No,
way.
that's okay. Nobody cares. They all know I'm old. But I mean, at the end of the day, I've seen the base from my grandparents' house, who lived on Glenmore. You know, as a little kid, I would walk down the street and we could walk past the base, but I didn't know anything about it. All I knew was it was Goodfellow, right? And then even as an 18-year-old, you know, out planting trees on the base or seeing the fire department or the fire training center come up from the ground and watching it being built, you know, again, didn't really know anything about the base. And so getting to experience this from my standpoint has just broadened my understanding of what goes on, but it also lets me see San Angelo through the people who are here's eyes. I know that sounds kind of strange because I've been here my entire life.
Right.
These people are coming in. They may be here for 2 years. They may be here for 6 months. I want to see what they see because we want to make San Angelo a more welcoming place, not only for our base visitors or our enlisteds, but also everybody else who comes into town.
All right.
So it fit right into my career path,
All right. Well,
ironically.
all right. Mr. Orlando, how many, applicants do you get every year with these?
So it's usually pretty hard for us to whittle it down, to be honest with you. We take 17 each year, and last year I think we had around 40 applicants. And I'll tell you what, when you get around that bubble of kind of the 17 number, it's pretty tough.
I
Because
think I was actually 18th, but you know,
All right.
I'm teasing.
It's pretty tough. And what we're looking at is a variety of different things. We're looking at what's your role? What's your role within your organization? What organization are you a part of? Is it someone that the base has a relationship with already and wants to continue, or is it someone new? Like Jeremy mentioned, this year we have an incredible kind of diverse range of organizations from throughout the region that are now involved in the honorary commander program. So we look at that. It's not a deal breaker, right? If you're not a CEO, that's fine too, but we do kind of account for that, and we kind of consider what sort of value are you going to bring to the base, because this is a two-way street, right? We're dedicating a lot of time and resources into this, and we hope that down the road that's going to bear fruit for both the city, the region, and the base. But then we look at any awards that you may have. If you've graduated from something like Leadership San Angelo, that absolutely counts. If you've been recognized as 20 under 40, if you have other recognitions from other cities, other areas, we'd love to hear about that because we absolutely account for that. And then a big factor is your motivation to be part of it. So if you have kind of like Jeremy's instance of being around the base for all this time and you really want to learn more and you want to get involved in kind of long-term military support, that's going to go a long way.
To do it.
Right? And like I said, this really is a two-way street. There are a lot of resources on base that are put into this, and they are absolutely worth it because we are putting these spokespeople for the 17th Training Wing out into the community. But the process is competitive. What I would say to people is don't let that hold you back.
Yeah.
We love to see the applicants, and if you don't make it this year, try again next year. Because we try and keep it to a certain number so that we ensure that the experience for people that are part of the program is the same as what Jeremy had.
Right.
The same as what that first year had. If that number gets a little bit too high, then we can't necessarily guarantee that they're going to have the same experience, and we want to make sure that people come out of it in a position where they can really support the Air Force and Goodfellow Air Force Base.
And the relationships built. I mean, again, with everyone that we come in contact with, it's an opportunity for us to build that relationship. And that's something that, again, I don't think you could do just in a random social setting. Again, you can shake hands with somebody, you can get to know somebody, but at the end of the day, you really don't know their story. Well, you get out there and you spend a full day with some of these folks. I mean, from international students all the way up to the change of command that we just recently went through. When you get a chance to stand there and see their world and then apply that to daily life, it just makes a huge difference. And that's essentially the whole goal of this for me. And what I would hope that anybody else that's out there, again, don't wait. If you've got an idea about getting in this, get in it now. Truly, apply quickly, because this time is running out.
Yeah, it's August 29th is going to be the submission deadline, and the way you submit is by visiting our website. It's www.goodfellow.af.mil, and you'll find it right there. There's a fillable PDF that you can give us all of the information that you're looking for. Some of that information goes kind of in depth, but that's to help us with your base access once you do become part of the Honorary Commander program. But really, the way the program is built is what we're asking for is 12 months. Out of that time, you're looking at roughly an engagement a month, what we call immersions. And we base it around immersing the honorary commanders in each of our groups. So we have the 17th training group that is responsible for the training that happens on Goodfellow Air Force Base. Then we also have the mission support group, which kind of runs the city, the little city that is Goodfellow. We've got the medical group, and then we've got WSA, which is wings support agencies, or wing staff agencies, excuse me. And so we allow those different entities to be able to show off what they do, where they do it, what their mission is, their processes, the people that do their mission, and we really try and hand it over to them so that they can tell the story the way they want to. And so that's what we kind of ask from people. We also try and showcase the joint service nature of the mission that happens on Goodfellow. And so there's an entire day dedicated to being able to see the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, and the Space Force that all have detachments at the 17th Training Wing. And so that's what our calendar looks like. We start with a graduation induction in the October-November timeframe. We bring people on for some orientation of the base, show them around, let them kind of understand what it is that's on Goodfellow. It really is like a little city. There's lots of stuff on base and a lot of things that need to be managed and run and kept running and infrastructure that needs to be kept up. And so we show that all to them, and then we start diving into the mission. And our hope is, towards the end of it, that they leave the program not only energized and enthused about supporting us, but also knowledgeable of what happens at Goodfellow. And so, you know, we get contacted about aircraft and schools wanting to come and visit, and people don't necessarily know that we haven't had aircraft here since 1958. We switched to an intelligence and firefighting training mission, firefighting coming later in 1993. But it helps having these honorary commanders out in the community so that they can kind of spread that story. And so that when you have people within entities like the Chamber of Commerce or San Angelo Independent School District or even Very Best ISD, we're not just, you know, not just one ISD, we've got several different entities. Angelo State University, you've got people with the city of San Angelo, and they're able to go out there and they're able to either dispel things that may be wrong or just simply tell our story and let people know about the awesome stuff that happens at Goodfellow.
Some of it they won't let us tell. So just so everybody's aware of that, right? I mean, there's certain things we can't talk about, okay? So we'll keep those behind closed doors. But it really is, it's a way for us to be able to do exactly what JR said. Take that message out because, again, we don't know how long these folks are going to be here, depending on how long they're enlisted, depending on how long their tour is, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, it gives us that opportunity to tell their story and hope and, you know, again, advocate for additional programs and all the different things that come through the military to come here. Right. We'd love to have them here.
I kind of one last question.
Shoot.
What's one thing that you experienced out there that maybe you could say that might get somebody to, you know, maybe I will turn an application and kind of look into it?
You know, even going to what JR said about Detachment Day, where we actually got to spend time out in the field with Marines. We got to spend time out in the field with the Army, with the soldiers. We got to spend time in the naval debrief. We got to, I mean, again, in that particular day, I think it was almost like drinking through a fire hose because you were trying to absorb everything that was coming in at you, even to the point of being in a live fire, fake fire demonstration out in the field with the soldiers who had come out of foxholes trying to get from place A to place B without being ambushed. Well, they ended up in the middle of an ambush, and we're standing in the middle of the field with them. Watching them do that and experience it in live, real time. Like, I mean, this is not TV. Now, granted, it was blanks.
But it happens fast.
But it happens extraordinarily fast, and you don't expect it. You don't know where it's coming from. And so having that experience of being right there in the middle of that field as these soldiers are coming past you and then dropping to the ground to defend position so that they can get out of there, that changes your perspective on things very quickly.
All right. Well, Mr. Orlando, one more time, give people where they go to send an application, who they can talk to.
Sure, absolutely. So the deadline is going to be August 29th. You can apply by going to our website. It's www.goodfellow.af.mil, and it's right there on the homepage. And you just click there. There's a whole page with all kinds of information about the Honorary Commander Program. And if there is something on there that we haven't covered and you still have a question, then there are phone numbers there on who you can contact and get those answers. What I would encourage people is, if you're even thinking about it, go ahead and apply.
Get it done.
We would love to hear from you, and don't let the competitive nature of the selection hold you back. We would love to see more and more applicants, because that means that the program is thriving, which I think it is. And if you can't make it this year, then absolutely try again, because this program, hopefully, will absolutely keep going long into the future.
All right.
All right.
Well, Mr. Orlando, Mr. Bartz, I appreciate you coming on today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much.
Yes, sir. Back to you. Into the news, the San Angelo Police Department is alerting residents about a rise in scams targeting the community. They emphasize the importance of verifying businesses before making any payments. Scammers can seem legitimate, but taking time to confirm a company's credibility can prevent financial and emotional loss.
Officials suggest using the Better Business Bureau's resources to research businesses and ask questions. The public is encouraged to stay alert, trust their instincts, and report any suspicious activity to help keep San Angelo safe.
San Angelo ISD is now accepting applications for free and reduced meals for the 2025-2026 school year following federal and state eligibility guidelines. Families need to submit one application per household, which can be completed online or on paper at any campus or the Child Nutrition Services office. Certain campuses will continue offering free meals under the community eligibility provisions, but students transferring to non-CEP schools must reapply after a 30-day grace period.
Also, SAISD has announced that season tickets to watch the Bobcats and the Chiefs will become available on August 25th. Season tickets can be purchased online at saisd.org or at the SAISD Athletics Office, 1621 University Ave, on weekdays between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Payment by cash or check is accepted.
And with students already back in school, some students already back in school, my niece started today at Cornerstone. But SAISD is starting tomorrow. AAA urges drivers to keep those students safe. Crashes remain one of the leading causes of death for school-age children, so safety needs to be a top priority.
Motorists should avoid distractions, slow down in school zones, watch for cyclists with at least 3 feet of space, and come to full stops at stop signs, including on buses.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people try to skim past that. It's especially important to respect school buses and talk to teens about staying alert during high-risk after-school hours. Parents and guardians can help by walking routes with children, teaching them to avoid phones while walking, and ensure they make eye contact with drivers before crossing.
And even the school buses, even if there's 2 lanes, that stop sign's out, it stops the entire road. It doesn't just stop that lane next to the bus.
No, the entire
It's
road,
the entire
because
road.
children have to cross. And parents, if you're teaching your kids their routes, make sure that they, 1 headphone in is fine, 2 headphones in can be tragic.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back with weather after this word from Jay Chandler.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the giants and who will never, ever flinch.
Into the weather, right now it's 97 degrees outside, and the low tonight drops down to 72. There's a 10 to 20% chance of rain tonight as well. Tomorrow it'll be hot at 98 degrees, and tomorrow night the low will be 74.
On Friday and over the weekend, the high will be 97, 94, and 96 with lows in the low 70s. Winds on Friday night will be around 20 miles an hour and then calm down further around 5 to 10 miles per hour over the weekend.
And we'll be right back with after this message from Condos, Diamonds, and Coins.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Condos, Diamonds, and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Condos, Diamonds, and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Cano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Cano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thank you for watching the Live Daily News Show.
The only locally owned news show in the Concho Valley.
Go like us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms.
And download the San Angelo Live mobile app.
For the live team here, I'm James Bellini.
And I'm Tessa Koskovich.
And we'll see you tomorrow.